What's up, Picky Gamer Dad coming to you with a review video. I know this is not a video game or anything, but it's something that I do enjoy and is dear to my heart. And I will tell you, I just came out of the theaters from watching the new Power Rangers movie. And of course, I want to tell you my first thoughts of it. So at this time, I will give you the time if I don't know if to consider it spoilers or not. Probably if you really don't want to know exactly what happened in the movie and you want to keep it to yourself until you actually see the movie and you don't want to know, then I'll give you 5 seconds to get out of this video. So with that said, let's count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So my initial thoughts of the Power Ranger movie, of course, I was a little nervous on watching this movie just because I grew up watching the original Power Rangers, and this is not just a Power Ranger movie where they're just making whatever. It's an actual origin based on the original characters that came out back in 1993. Of course, the original 5 Ranger: Jason, Trini, Kimberly, Zack, and Billy. I will say it's a lot better than I expected it to be. Yes, they switched a little bit of the stories, just a little tiny bit, but it was good. I enjoyed the movie. I literally did enjoy the movie. Basically, the one things that I will say are, one of my biggest fears that I had was knowing that this movie was truly only an hour and 20 minutes. With that said, my fear was that either they were going to spend too much time in developing the characters, trying to get their powers, and all of this information about the Power Rangers and who they are. Especially because I understand that if the newer generation didn't know about the original Power Rangers from 1993, I knew they want to kind of develop those characters a little bit. Then my fear along that one was that they were going to take too long with just talking and very little action. Basically, very little showing of the swords, especially a small portion of the Megazord. Well, my comment to that would be they did a good job. They spent the right amount of time developing the Rangers. They spent a right amount of time doing the fight scenes. They did a great job introducing Rita, the Power Rangers, the swords, the action. It was really well-rounded. So it actually blew my expectations than what I was actually thinking it was going to actually happen. So with that, I am very, very, very happy. Another thing, they love cameos. They love cameos. Of course, some of the cameos that I caught and I noticed, there's probably some things that I probably missed just because I was into the movie and actually enjoying the movie as much as possible. But of course, they had to bring the Iron Man cameo, the Spider-Man cameo, Transformers cameo, and of course, it is not a Power Rangers movie without freaking showing Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger. I mean, come on, even the original Kimberly from 1993 came out, the original Pink Ranger. Of course, it's very briefly that they show them, but they came out. I mean, I'm kind of glad that they came out where they did, just because it didn't take away from the movie and from the fan base that already knows them. They really didn't make it to where they take basically the attention away from the rest of the movie. So I was actually happy with that. Would I watch it again? Yes, Would I pay in theaters again? Yes, I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. I will not lie. Again, like I said, it was a lot better than I expected. Now, what do I think about a second movie? Basically, I will say this. Stay and see the end credits. I will not spoil the end credits. There is end credits, so you might want to stay a little bit longer. But it but it basically confirms that they will be making a second movie about it. So I expect Power Rangers 2 to basically be announced. Now, when will this be developed? I don't know. Probably next year. Currently, the average span of movies coming out have been yearly basis with their second movies. I don't think this movie might actually wait 2 years or not. I'm not 100% sure. But again, I'm not an actual movie reviewer. But I just enjoy this movie so much that I felt that I just had to share with everybody. Another thing about that, I know that in the original series they have 5 Rangers, and then of course had a Green Ranger eventually show up. Well, in this first movie they actually had all 6 of them, except that they had the Green Ranger actually be Rita Repulsa. And Rita, the way that they made this backstory was that basically Zordon and Rita used to be partners. They used to be Power Rangers. And basically Zordon was the Red Ranger, for the way that they made it described, and then Rita was the Green Ranger, which in the TV series when it first came out, she had the power coin of the Green Ranger, and she made Tommy, per se, the Green Ranger, to fight alongside of her. So that's basically how that developed in the actual TV show. But on this one, basically, she, again, like I was saying, she has the green power coin just because she was a Power Ranger. She's a former Power Ranger. So she actually has the ability to morph into the Green Ranger. Of course, they didn't have her morph in this movie fully as the Green Ranger. So basically, she was able to get her suit, I guess is what you would call it, her Ranger suit, to basically form around her body and basically make it look like an outfit more than the actual armor of the Power Rangers. So, I mean, she still looked pretty cool. It was more action with Rita on the movie than really in the TV show. So she was more hands-on with fighting on this movie. So that was pretty cool. Also, they had Goldar. I mean, come on, you've seen the previews. Of course, you know Goldar's in the movie. Now, I wish Goldar actually spoke and really didn't sound more of a mumble monster. But I mean, it was good. It was that part was decent. They made Goldar look decent, you know. I mean, for being a molten gold, basically. He was just a blob of gold that just kept moving around and just made him have a physical appearance. So, I mean, overall, he looked good. I won't lie, he looked good for what it was. The fight scenes with Goldar and the swords was really good. I completely enjoyed the fight scenes between them. They did a really good job. It was phenomenal the way that they did it. So it was good. What else? Oh, one thing. My fucking favorite Alpha 5 out of ever. I do not know how to explain this. Alpha 5 is a fucking badass. I love Alpha 5 in this movie. His attitude, and I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it. Watch the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. But in this movie, Alpha 5 is a badass. I will say, he's a fucking badass. Yes, he does not look anything like the original Alpha 5, but they made him to be a badass. I really enjoy the scenes with Alpha 5. When it comes to Sordon, the way that they did the moving wall with the face, they did a really good job with it. I enjoyed it. Actually looks better than him just being in a tube and just the head moving side to side. But it was good. I liked it. Sordon, it's not like you really think he was in the TV shows, where he was more wise and more at ease to try to explain things to the Ranger. Nah, this Sordon is basically a badass. Like, motherfucker, get your shit right or get the fuck home. You know, and that was pretty cool. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Basically, they were getting their ass chewed by Sordon. I mean, that was pretty fucking funny. Another thing that I enjoy, now that I say it's fucking funny, there is a new meaning to slap a fucking hoe out of this damn world. You don't know what I mean, but the slapping scenes on this movie were funny. Especially the last slapping scene where they just smacked the shit out of this hoe out of this fucking world. It was fucking funny as hell. But with that said, you know, if I had to give a rating to it, let's jump on the scale between 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. I will give it around an 8.5. It's pretty up there. I mean, there's 1 or 2 scenes where you can really tell it's CG. It's not an actual person doing something. But overall, it was a really good movie. I mean, how can I say this? My advice to you, I guess is what I can say, would be not to go into this movie thinking that it's gonna be an Oscar-winning movie. Don't think it's gonna be the movie of the year. I'm not saying that this is the movie of the year. I will say they did a really damn good job making this movie. It's really good. Not physically, but I truly did enjoy the movie. The fear that I did have did not compare to how the actual movie was, and how the plot scenes, how everything tied in together. It was done properly, and I truly did enjoy it. But with that said, again, like I said, it's not the movie of the year, but I do give it an 8.5 rating. To me, that's pretty good. I mean, some people might disagree with me, but I don't care. My opinion, my feelings, my thoughts, that's what I enjoy. I am a fan, so yeah, don't care. Now, if you have your own opinions and you want to share them with if you want to share them with me, by all means, write them down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Tell me how you felt about the movie. And we'll just talk about it. So, at this time, please hit the like button if you like this review. Subscribe. Also, leave any comments, again, so we can talk about the movie and how you felt about the movie. But with that said, Picky Gamer, have fun, enjoy Power Rangers. See you next time.